Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So today I'm going to do an all our tanks video. We have not done a video like this in a really long time, and we get asked all the time how many tanks do we have and can we see all the tanks. So today is that day where we're going to show you all the tanks, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about what we're planning on doing with them, because we have got a lot of big changes coming. We're going to be moving fish around, we're going to be rehoming some fish. So over the next few months we've got a lot going to be happening, and so I thought it would be good to have a record of how the tanks look now, and then obviously how they're going to look once we've finished with them. So we're going to start with the 75 gallon and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so the 75 gallon is our beta community tank. We have 7 females in here right now, and then a variety of other fish. In this tank, we do plan on making a lot of changes. In fact, we're going to be moving all these fish out of this tank and putting them into another tank. So that is going to be a huge change coming for these fish. We are going to be rehoming the clown loaches. Unfortunately, they are doing so much damage to the plants that the tank setup is not really suitable for them. So we will be rehoming those in the next few weeks. So as these are all going to be moving tanks, then you know what that means, a new tank design. So we're working on that right now. We're coming up with ideas and we're really excited about it. So the 75 gallon sits next to our 55 gallon Goldfish tank, so we'll move on to that one next. We currently have 4 goldfish in this tank, and we are running a Sun canister filter, a Marineland hang on the back filter, and also a sponge filter. Now our baby goldfish will be going in with the adult goldfish in the next few weeks, and that is part of all the move around that we're going to be doing. The goldfish are going to be moving into the 75 gallon tank, and then the fish in the 75 gallon are going to be moving into the 55 gallon. So we're just going to do basically a swap over of the 2 tanks. We are also planning on doing some decorating in the goldfish tank, so that will be really exciting. As you can see there, the 2 tanks are next to each other, and we are just going to flip the fish from one tank to the other and then just sort of rescape it all. We also want to find a matching cabinet to the 75 gallon one, so that when you look at them, they almost look like one tank all the way along, and then the cabinets are matching as well. So that's another project in the works, and hopefully we will be able to find one. So moving on, the next tank is our 10 gallon divided tank. This one has our veil tail on the left and our koi placotte on the right. It is a planted tank, and probably one of the most asked questions we get is, do we use CO2 and fertilizer? And the answer to that is no, we don't. This tank was set up to show that plants can be kept in a very simple environment with no fancy substrate, just sand substrate and root tabs. I will leave links to everything in the description box below, so if you want to see what root tabs we use, if you're interested in buying a divider, we do sell those, and so I will leave all those links, like I say, in the description box below. This tank is probably one of our easiest ones to take care of. I literally have to do a 20% water change once a week, and that's all I need to do. So the tank next to it is our 20 gallon long, and this tank is the one that's probably in the transition the most. Right now we just have plants growing out on one side, and then we've divided it part way along for our Dumbo Beta Henry, and he is in the little end section on the left. This tank is eventually going to be a completely different species of fish that we are planning on getting, and so right now this tank is probably, I guess you could say, just in limbo, where it's just holding fish, growing out plants, and we have some very big plans for this tank. So Murphy, our Dumbo placotte, has the biggest portion of the tank. He is a very active fish, so we've given him the biggest swimming portion. Henry is a lot older and he does not swim that much anymore, so he has just got the about 3 gallons at the end of the tank. As you can see, this tank is divided, and we went with a divider with no holes for this one, as we decided that we were going to put filtration on both sides. Henry and Murphy will probably be moving tanks, although right now we've still not decided on exactly where these two are going to go. They may stay in this tank and be in divided portions, or we may put them in a completely different tank, as we do have some more tank setups coming. So it is all change, and with these two particular betta fish, we're not exactly sure what we're going to be doing just yet. Our next tank is our 10-gallon baby goldfish tank, and they are going to be in this tank for probably about another 2 to 3 weeks. And then once we are back from vacation, then they're going to be going in with the adult goldfish. We will leave this tank empty for a week or two just to be absolutely certain that everything's okay in the adult goldfish tank. And then if it is, then this tank is going to be used for another tank setup. So another tank setup video will be coming, and I am actually very excited about this project of what we're planning on using this tank for. So this one won't be here for that much longer. We're going to keep it actually in the same location. However, it's going to be used for something very, very different. If you haven't seen the update video of the baby goldfish and their growth over the last few weeks, I did actually do that video, I think it was last week, but anyway, I will leave a link in the little top iCard if you want to go on over and see their progress. So the tank next to this 10-gallon is a 2.5-gallon tank, and this is where it sort of gets that all these tanks are going to become one. So this is what I am so excited about. Right now, there are no fish in the tank that you're looking at. However, we do have a lot of snails. So the story behind this tank is I wanted some guppy grass because I just like the look of the plants, and H2O plants didn't have any, so I went to eBay and had a look to see what was available. I found an ad and they had great reviews on their guppy grass and how healthy it was, and as you can see, I have no complaints with how healthy the plant is. It has grown unbelievably in just this little tank with no effort whatsoever. All I did was put one root tab in and it just exploded in growth. And the ad actually said that it may come with snails, and I thought, okay, well that can mean that, you know, it comes with maybe a few snails or whatever. So I just thought, okay, well we'll give it a go and I'll put it in a separate tank in case it comes with snails. And they said that they were ram's horn snails if it was going to come with snails. And when it came, it was absolutely covered in snails. And since then we have obviously bred a lot more snails because I just left them in this tank, and you can see from this footage, I mean this is only a portion of the snails. They're eating gel food here. Now we actually have started breeding them for a project that we are going to be doing. Also, if we do end up with an awful lot of them, if anyone is interested in buying them, we do have a huge variety of different shell colours, and there are just so many snails in this tank. So that was how this all came about, but it has actually worked out really well for us because of a project that we've got coming up. I did also put a portion of the guppy grass into the goldfish tank, the baby goldfish tank, and thankfully there have been no snails in that tank, so I know that I do actually have a portion of guppy grass with no snails. And then also in the 2.5-gallon that is next to the one with all the guppy grass is our female koi betta minis tank, and again the guppy grass in here we have no snails. So eventually it is a plant that we probably, when we get too much of it, will sell, but I always like to sell our plants with no snails. So we do have sort of 2 tanks where we've got portions of it with no snails, so I am so relieved about that we have that option. So this is Minnie's tank, and it's a 2.5-gallon, and this is our last tank that we have right now. So Minnie's tank and the guppy grass tank will eventually be all going into the 10-gallon tank when the baby goldfish move into the adult goldfish tank. So this tank will basically become a big breeding snail tank, along with it will have a betta fish in. I'm not sure whether it's going to be Minnie. We may actually move her into the female tank and put one of the other males in this tank. Like I say, we're not sure on all that yet, but there's going to be a lot of moving around and a lot of changes. So they are all the tanks that we have set up at the moment. We do plan on setting some more up over the next few months, as we do plan on breeding bettas probably come the end of this year, mid to end year. We're going to be doing that, so obviously we are going to need some more tanks, so we will be setting up several different tanks come the end of the year. So now we have a record of all the tanks and how they did look, and then over the next few months and throughout the rest of the year we will then be just changing each one up as we go along. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel and would like to see more videos like this, then hit that subscribe button. If you are already subscribed and have not hit that notification bell and you want to know when we upload more videos, then if you just hit that, then it will notify you when a video is up. Alright guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.